Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to any new subscribers we've gotten. We've had a recent, influx. We've gotten a few more. Welcome to the show. We have fixed our issues with the bird.
I mean, the bird's still here. He's chilling. He's just asleep.
Well, he's sleeping, and our mics aren't facing him. Your mic isn't facing him anymore.
Well, what's today's topic?
I'm here to talk to you about our favorite game franchise, Halo. I can say it's probably my favorite shooter franchise.
Oh, definitely. No, it's easily my favorite first-person shooter franchise.
It's definitely hit a new low.
It makes me sad, honestly.
It is heartbreaking to watch Halo just fall apart the way it has because they just stopped adding content.
But it's not even just the game. It's just the community is completely broken. I mean, look at YouTube right now. Just search up Halo Infinite on YouTube. It is negative video after negative video bashing 343. Not that 343 doesn't deserve to be criticized, but it just sucks what a negative state the community is right now.
Yeah, well, it's like, I don't know. It makes me sad because it's a franchise that I grew up playing. It's, I love it. It's very close to my heart. And when 343 took over with Halo 4, I was kind of like, it's like, all right, I
mean, I still have some good memories of Halo 4. Yeah,
it's like, all right, all right. It's different, but I'll give it a shot. I didn't play Halo 5 until years after it came out because I could buy it at GameStop for cheap.
I never played Halo 5.
And then Halo Infinite came out. And
well, don't forget the Master Chief Collection.
Well, okay, Master Chief Collection is like the holy grail. That's just...
Yeah, but
that's
wasn't...
just all of the Bungie games made better.
No, but it wasn't for the first couple of years. Remember when you barely even play it because it wouldn't run?
Oh, yeah, because the multiplayer sucked.
Yeah, but...
the multiplayer in Firefight wasn't even in it yet. It was garbage.
The game now is exceptional.
Oh, yeah, it's phenomenal. I mean, that's...
A must-own if you have an Xbox or a PC.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I just recently with a friend played through the Halo Reach campaign, which you still can't do in Halo Infinite. You still can't play co-op in the story yet. After a year, still can't do it.
And I think that's... And I don't know if you mentioned this already, but we had how 343 just cut split screen. That's the most egregious thing. And of all of the negative things they announced, how they pushed all the stuff back... I think split screen's got to be the worst.
Yeah, couch co-op is like... I don't know if this is from me being an Xbox 360 kid or what, because, couch co-op was the best thing that ever existed in video games. You'd sit there with one friend or four friends, and you'd just sit and you'd play a game together, Now games are just doing away with that completely, Halo. They're like, yeah, we're just not going to have multiplayer. Like Rainbow Six Siege, sure, I get it, why it doesn't have local co-op. But Halo, you're telling me my buddy's got to have an Xbox to play through this with me?
No, I mean to be fair, couch co-op has been around literally since the earliest consoles, the NES. A lot of them had that. And it's been around literally up until the most recent generation is when I would say the Xbox One and PS4 is when they started to get rid of it a little bit, and now not that many games have it.
Yeah, it really is a shame too because, when I'll break the fourth wall here. We don't always just hang out to do the podcast, but when we're just hanging out, we've got to pick a game that we can play together. And not every game that we want to play has that now. It's
you got to go to the older games, the older Call of Duties, and the older Halos to do that.
Oh yeah, because they're just not supporting it anymore, and I don't know why. Because is it that much more work to put it in the game?
I mean,
again, and the thing is, it's especially disheartening to me because co-op, split screen co-op is important for younger kids. I feel because. I didn't have the Xbox Live Gold until I was in middle school or so. Maybe late middle school, junior high.
Yeah, same.
Because before that, I didn't really have any interest. So I can proudly say I was not one of the, what are they called? The squeakers? The Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 kids that would scream in their mics and get all angry at people when they got bullied.
That was because parents didn't understand what they were doing, and they give an 8-year-old Xbox Live Gold with a full mic. I mean,
yeah, here's Xbox Live Gold and Grand Theft Auto. Have fun.
When we were doing it 11 and 12, we were still kind of squeaky. It just wasn't as bad as the 7 and 8.
Oh yeah, we were definitely squeakers, but not we weren't 8-year-olds. But, like having that couch co-op's important because younger kids can play your game, and especially because Halo to me is more approachable than Call of Duty because it doesn't have the same levels of like graphic violence. You're not you're still killing, but you're not killing people, and
that's why my mom let me get it when I was like 10 years old. I think is when I got my first Halo game because it was Alien, so it was like at least in like these super strict
like
parents' minds.
You had seen Star Wars, like
they're more okay with
bad.
Halo than Call of Duty or like GTA, especially being like the really bad game back then.
Grand Theft Auto is completely different.
No, I know it is just funny. Like you beg your mom, like Mom, I promise I won't go into the strip club. I promise.
I really would like to know who snitched and told every parent that it had a strip club in it.
The news.
Yeah, I know. Why?
I don't know, but
they snitched and ruined everyone's lives because then everyone was like, "No, you can't play the game." I like that was why too, not because you could like rob convenience stores and just like kill random people at will. It's like, no, strip club, absolutely not.
Yeah, that's
drinking, drug use, and excessive violence. No, that's fine.
That is pretty funny, but let's refocus back to Halo.
Yeah, back to Halo. It's just, it's unfortunate to see it moving in the direction it is, and I hope we still get co-op in the campaign. I know we won't get split screen, and I hope that they fix the game. Maybe start adding some. I know they added new maps.
Again, fix the game is not the right way to put it. The game's not like
it's
broken. It's not unplayable. It just needs content.
That's what I mean. Well, that's the thing.
It's a beta.
To be honest, that's even worse than not having content, though, because like at least Cyberpunk 2077 was a full game. It just didn't work.
No, I know.
All the content was there. It just didn't work.
I think actually, in terms of the campaign, I think the worst thing that I can't believe hasn't been added yet is you can't replay the missions once you've done them.
I don't know if that's as bad as Far Cry side quests.
What are you talking about?
All of the side missions that are exactly the same.
Oh, no, I know, but it has nothing to do with being able to replay the campaign missions like in every other Halo game.
No, I'm just saying that the saddest thing about the campaign that is something that is already in it, and that is the Save the Marines mission.
Save the Marines. I love that one. Even
if they all die, you still pass the mission. It's literally just like, go kill this group of 2 elites and 5 jackals, and then you get it.
I quite like... I mean, I haven't... It's kind of sad. I haven't finished the campaign. I don't think you have either.
I haven't.
But when I really enjoyed everything. Like, I had really no major issues with the campaign. It was enjoyable. It's just that there was no co-op and that you couldn't replay the missions, which made no sense to me. Like, oh, you missed that skull? Gotta restart.
You gotta do the whole game again.
It's mind-boggling.
There's literally a skull in the first mission, too.
Yeah, I know. You know
what my favorite thing is? Now, I haven't played the campaign in a little while, but last time I tried to turn on the 2 skulls that I have found, and it literally disabled achievements. It was like, if you play with this, achievements are disabled. I was like, so is there no lasso achievement for this game then? Like, I turn the modifiers on that make the game harder, and you don't give me achievements for it? Like...
I mean, I don't know how they're doing it, but I think in their minds they're like, oh, you're going to play through the game normally the first time without any skulls, and then you'll go back and get them, but it's harder to go back and get them if you miss it in a mission.
When you can't replay missions.
And I think that's... I think their plan is to add in co-op before, like, replaying missions, which kind of seems backwards to me. Like...
Well, and, okay, here's the other thing about it is, like, I play with skulls now. Like, I've played Halo long enough that my default difficulty is heroic with skulls on. Like, that's just how I play.
You can't do it, though.
But now I can't do that and get achievements, but also I can't even get all the skulls because, like... because you're, like, blocking me out of replaying. Because, like, usually it's, like, the other games when I was younger, I didn't play with skulls on, but, Master Chief Collection, it's like I automatically turned those skulls on. And when I was playing Halo Infinite, every time I got a skull, I was like, yep, let's go enable it right now. And it was like, you won't get achievements, though. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'm not playing with skulls.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sit here and just bash the game for an hour. That's just like... Well, let's be honest. There's an infinite... no pun intended. Infinite number of videos on YouTube right now just bashing the game and bashing 343. And again, I'm not trying to sit here and make excuses for them or be like, oh, it's like it's okay. Just accept it as it is. But like, all of the head people have left. That were not all of them, but a good chunk of the head developers and head executives at 343 have left. And Microsoft recently did a whole, like, they're not hiring, like a company-wide like freeze on hiring for a little bit due to the economy or whatever. And so no new developers are coming in. A lot of the head people that made the original plans of what we're gonna do and when are gone now. And they keep pushing everything back. So every time they're like, "Oh, here's the new roadmap. Here's all the new dates." Actually, you wait a couple months. Actually, we're gonna push it back another couple months. Which is like, again, I'd rather have the game be good than you just release Forge and it's broken. But it just goes to show that the game should have been pushed back another year. But they were so antsy, and I think Microsoft is more to blame here than necessarily 343, because technically they're going off of Microsoft's release date orders. That they just wanted the game out earlier, and it's just unfinished. It's clearly it was a beta, and it's like fine as a beta, but like when the whole point is you're advertising this to Halo fans is like, this is the game. It's not a beta. This is the game, and we're gonna have a 10-year plan for the game. That's great, but like,
And
I don't know. It's just 10 years is a long time to wait, and like, if the game should at least be competent enough when you fully release it in the first place, then like, oh yeah, it's a 10-year plan. It seems to me, I think of that more as like what Fortnite's done, where it releases, you have the full game, and they just keep adding to it, keep adding to it, keep adding to it. And that game was free. I mean, I guess the multiplayer for Halo is free.
Yeah, and
but
I mean, okay, so the thing about Halo is, and I agree with you, I don't want to bash 343 or the game too hard.
And the developers. I want to be very clear
Yeah,
that I'm not here to like just
developers. I know they're
bash the
working,
developers.
Working hard to make the game and make it finished. It's that Halo has such a definite fan base, like very much the Halo fan base at this point is an older crowd who played it when they were younger. Like, I'm sure there are kids that are getting into it, but with Fortnite being free, it seems like most younger kids just go for that because that's what everyone else plays. Like, because that's what you do when you play socially, and we are in a group and an age range where we are familiar with Halo and play it. So those fans being given something like this where it's, basically being akin to Fortnite with its 10-year plan and all this content being added, it feels like we've been handed an unfinished game. And I don't want to bash, 343 because I feel like our video we made 8 months ago it still holds some merit. The gunplay is good, the campaign's good. It's just that the game doesn't feel finished, This might be finished by Microsoft standards. They're like, yeah, it has the content, but I haven't played it lately because I don't want to wait for it to get good,
And honestly, I don't think this would be such a big deal if this isn't the exact same thing that happened with the Master Chief Collection in Halo 5, where it's like it released, like when it first released, it's in an unfinished state, it's not working, and then 2 to 3 years later, here we go, guys, now the game's in its complete state. And the game, in both of those games, I never really played Halo 5, but I heard it was a lot better once they added in all this stuff. And I mean, the Master Chief Collection, I think, speaks for itself to its quality now.
Oh, the Master Chief Collection, I mean, that's the best version of Halo you can play.
Yeah, it's $30.
My apologies to the 343 developers. It's also free if you have Game Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
That is the best rendition of Halo, and that's, I mean, the Bungie crew made it. The people who came up with Halo made all these games that are in it, with the exception of Halo 4, but that's the original content, it's hard to compete with that when basically your studio was cobbled together when Bungie decided they were done. They were like, we're not making any more Halo. Like, that's it.
Again, that's not what I'm saying, though. I'm not comparing the quality of Halo Infinite and these older games. I'm just saying that this is the third Halo release in a row, excluding like the Halo Wars and stuff. The third major Halo release in a row where it comes out unfinished, and 3 years later, now it's good because let's say we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary. So let's say, assuming they continue to update it, 3 years, so 2 years from now, 3 years from the original release, It'll most likely be in a much better state. But it has to get it's tiring. I think tiring is the word here because it's just tiring to sit there and wait and wait and wait. And I think it's almost worse to be like we have this unfinished game that we know can be great. And we just have to wait 3 years for it to be good. And even like let's take Halo 5 as the prime example. Like even Forge for that came out 6-7 months after. We're getting Forge like 10, 11, 12 months after for this game. And at least Halo 5 had more content to begin with.
And that's assuming they stick to the roadmap because, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes over at Microsoft and 343. But
and let's be honest, COVID also affected all this. Like, it did.
I mean, yeah, but how much by now? Like,
I don't know. I mean, those are just questions we'll never get answers to. And I think this is the main issue with 343 is that they're just not saying anything. They say something every couple months. They'll have a couple of their head people on Twitter saying, "Oh, don't worry, guys. And their excuse was, "We don't want to give you any information if it's not solid," and we know for certain. But that's
you
not
worked
even
there.
But it's also you gave, and then the solid information you gave us a month ago is not out of date. That's not true anymore. And if you look at the roadmap they just released a week ago, right underneath it goes subject to change.
Yes, maybe subject to change.
So it's well, if you're saying you only want to give us reliable, credible information,
stop
I
tweeting.
guess that's fine, that's fair. But the information you've given us so far has not been credible or accurate.
Yeah, and okay, part of me has to apologize to 343 on this one because part of me thinks that because they've already got such a rabid fan base and I think, to be honest, it just happened at the wrong time. It was just a bad time to have a game like this and to do something like that because I think everybody has just gotten tired of games doing this. Just they come out unfinished and then the studio's don't worry, it'll be finished in the next 8 months to 3 years. So you're telling me I just paid $60 for this game and it's an investment? I gotta wait 3 years and hope that it's good?
I mean, there's so many examples of modern games doing this.
Cyberpunk came out, $60. Here you go, $60 game, completely finished. Oh wait, it doesn't work. That's fine. We'll fix it in the next year or so. So I just gotta sit here and wait for it to get updated to play it.
I mean, there's that. I mean, No Man's Sky is another good one. Sea of Thieves is another good one.
Battlefield 2042, which is now canned. They've cut support for it.
Well, that game they never fixed. That just came
I know.
out broken.
That's
and they
the
never
thing.
fixed
It came out broken, and at least Battlefield had the nerve to go, all right, we're just gonna cut this one loose and start on the next project.
I mean, how does that make you feel about the? I mean,
credit to them for not being we're gonna fix it, guys. Don't worry. They were just all right, yeah, this one sucks. We're just gonna do the next thing. Here you go. It's free.
No. They deserve zero credit for releasing an unfinished game than just cutting their losses. That's no credit. I give them zero credit for that. They don't get. And guess what? The next Battlefield game, I have zero trust it's going to be any good.
Well, I didn't play 2042, and I have no intention to play the next one.
No, but I know. But you can't give them credit for just killing the game when all those people lost money on it. How can you give them credit for that?
Refund.
I mean, I guess.
But refund their money like Cyberpunk.
It's not Battlefield refunding them, though. It's Xbox. It's Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah.
I don't think they deserve any credit for that. And most of those, I already mentioned Battlefront 2. That's another good example of these games that came out.
I remember because we got Battlefront 2 right when it came out, and I played it a little bit, and I was like, I have zero interest in playing this.
And now the game is fantastic, and then EA decided to cut support right as people were playing it again.
Yep, because it's damn, I really got to play 50 hours just to unlock Darth Vader as a hero? Nah, I'm not playing this game.
Yeah. And now, again...
You know what I did? I kept playing Battlefront 1 because it was more fun. Now Battlefront 2 is fantastic. Not supported.
Yeah, I don't know. But, look at, in terms of all these games we just mentioned, they did get good eventually, which gives me a little bit of hope that Halo Infinite will get good. But
it doesn't give me hope because those were the first games to do that. Now that we're getting into the third, fourth wave of games that are coming out, and they're we'll make it good. I'm tired of it. It's just give me a finished game. Give me the game. I download it and then I can play it. all the way through. I can 100% it to my heart's desire, all of the content. Don't give me this pamphlet of what you're going to add and why. Just don't release the game until it's done. I would rather have that.
I mean, that's a fair point, and I think it would almost be worse if we just get Microsoft goes, well, the game's dead, we're going to cut support from it. Like, let's say they did that right after Forge releases, they cut support for the game. I mean, how would that make the Halo fans feel? How would you feel if you're a Halo fan? Like, how would that make you feel?
Okay, well, Halo fans are already some of the more hardcore, dedicated fans.
No, I know, but think about it. Like, you've been waiting all this time, and you've always been told that there's going to be a 10-year plan for this game. And then Microsoft, right after, let's say Forge releases in October, November, and Forge is good. It's decent. The game starts to revive a little bit with Forge, and then they cut support. Let's just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
Like, how would
sad.
that make you feel? And they're like, you know what? We're just gonna scrap this game. It was an experiment. Now we're gonna move on to Halo 7. Halo 7 is now the next focus in the project. We're cutting our losses with Halo Infinite. You got your Forge. There you go. Like, how would that make you feel? Like, and if you're a Halo fan listening, like, how would that make you feel?
It wouldn't. To be honest, I can't say I would be sad or I would be upset.
Because
I would just lose all of my faith in 343 at that point.
But is it 343? That's Microsoft. I think it's more.
Yeah, to be honest, Microsoft.
It's more Microsoft cutting it, or
okay, well, 343 be making the mediocre games.
I mean, I don't think Halo Infinite's mediocre. It's just the lack of content.
That's what makes it mediocre.
I guess, but the actual game itself is fine.
I would credit both parties for that, and I would just lose faith in it. EA, I can give them credit for it because I already have no faith in them making a good game.
Well, yeah, EA is already the worst company.
EA just feeds garbage. I literally do not care. It's like, oh, you're just going to cut your losses on Battlefield because it's so broken that it's basically not playable? At least you admitted it.
Well, everyone knows EA is horrible and evil.
Yeah, that's the only reason I would even credit them for that failure.
The difference is that we're talking about Microsoft and with Sony and Nintendo. Each one of these companies has a lot of fanboys who defend it to their last breath.
Okay, this is a rare thing to come from an Xbox player. I will give Sony credit because at least their exclusives come out finished. You can't really argue with me there.
But I don't think you can really compare them because all of Sony's exclusives are just single-player games where you can't make it incomplete.
Yeah.
It's just a complete one single-player game. You play it. I mean, you can replay it, but you play it. It's not like it's Halo is trying to be more like Call of Duty or Fortnite where you continually update it and there's more multiplayer aspect to it. You can't compare that to Halo.
Yes, I can, because those games are finished. You download them, and you can play all of the content. You don't get this 10-year plan, how we're going to fix it.
No, I know, but, none of these games have a roadmap or a plan at all. It's just you get the game and maybe a DLC. I don't think that's an unfair comparison.
That's why I'm saying...
No, it's an...
That's why I'm saying they're doing good, is because... Microsoft could do the same thing. Just don't release the game till it's done.
No, I agree with you there, but you can't...
It doesn't matter what kind of game it is. There are tons of different kinds of games on PlayStation.
It absolutely matters what kind of game it is. What are you talking about? You cannot compare God of War and Halo and be like, oh, God of War came out finished. Well, yeah. How is it going to come out unfinished exactly? It's a single-player game.
Cyberpunk was broken when it came out.
I mean, I guess, but that would have been the only thing of it being unfinished. And fine, I'll give Sony credit that their games come out.
Yeah. Well, at least they're making complete games. You're talking about fanboys. We're gonna get ripped apart in the console war because our games don't work. We get one exclusive and it's incomplete.
Well, again, but it's not that Halo Infinite doesn't work. It's just lacking.
Sorry,
content.
I don't mean doesn't work. It just doesn't have content, and that's the problem.
I still think it's an unfair comparison to Sony's, unless you're comparing a Sony not even first-person shooter, just a multiplayer game that doesn't have enough content. Well, there isn't one. That's the thing. There isn't a good comparison to compare directly to. You'd have to compare.
How about the Halo campaign then?
That's a more fair comparison than just.
The Halo campaign still isn't finished because it should have co-op.
But let's be honest. If multiplayer wasn't a factor, it probably would have come out finished.
Well, yeah, but. It's still not finished. What do you mean?
No,
you can't even replay the missions. How hard is that? That should have been there when campaign got added.
No, I completely agree.
We can compare just the single player parts, and the single player is still not finished. They're giving us shit. They're doing what EA does.
I would agree. Okay, I wouldn't say it's as egregious as EA
Well,
necessarily.
no, because the game functions. It's
yeah,
just
it's not
finished.
quite to Battlefield levels.
No, it's more like Battlefront, where the game's fine. It just is incomplete.
Yeah, but okay, you're right. In the campaign is a better direct comparison, but it's still not a great comparison because you can't just say, oh, the campaign or just the multiplayer, because they come as a package deal. They're developing them at the same time. Resources were put to both at the same time.
Okay, how about Ghost of Tsushima? Are you familiar with that game?
Yeah.
That has a multiplayer.
Does it?
Yeah, it has a 4-person online co-op. And that has been given updates with new gear and stuff, but it came out 100% complete.
I mean, a 4-person co-op's a little different than like a Call of Duty-esque multiplayer system, but
It's still multiplayer, and they've still added content to the game.
I don't know. There really isn't a perfect direct comparison.
That is probably a pretty good comparison, and it was complete when they gave it.
It's a. Well,
Stop being a fanboy and defending
I'm not
Halo.
trying to defend Halo. Again, I'm not trying to defend Halo here because I agree with everything you said that it's incomplete and it should have come out a certain way. But I just don't think it's fair to compare God of War or Spider-Man to it.
I didn't. I just compared Ghost of Tsushima.
Maybe that's late, but again, that's still not the same thing, though.
It doesn't have to be. No games are going to be the same thing because Call of Duty and Battlefield are shit. Like, Halo's actually all right now. It's just not finished, you know? It's a console exclusive. Those flagships are supposed to be the things that sell your console, and it's not a finished game.
Call of Duty is going much stronger than Halo right now. Call of Duty is in a very good position.
Call of Duty Vanguard isn't.
Yeah, it is.
It's
pretty popular. It's popular.
Their Fortnite clone probably is. Their Warzone, but I'm not sure that Vanguard, the game,
Vanguard's still it was still the best-selling game of the year.
Yeah,
it was
games
number
are
one.
Shit now. What other games came out in the last year?
No, all the games we're talking about came out in 2021.
I know.
Yeah, but there's Elden Ring came out this year. That was probably the biggest game of the year.
Elden Ring?
No. I'm almost at the end, but
in sales? It beat Elden Ring?
Oh, in sales? No.
Oh, well, you said it was the top-selling game
of last year, of 2021.
Oh, yeah. What other games came out in 2021, I mean?
Oh, Battlefield, Halo, Far Cry. I mean, all the other big titles.
We got shit!
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Okay, but
unfinished. Far Cry 6 sucks. Battlefield 2042 literally got its lifeline cut.
That's not what I'm talking about. You said that Call of Duty is not doing well, and I'm simply saying that is incorrect and is doing very well. And also, the Call of Duty coming out this year's most anticipated game of the year and is going to blow every other game out of the
Modern
water.
Warfare 2. I'm very excited for Modern Warfare 2.
I know,
I'm talking about Call of Duty Vanguard. I don't know anybody that still plays it.
It's pretty popular, though. It's still popular.
Modern Warfare is more popular than it. The 2019 game.
Only because of Warzone, though, which is also connected directly to Vanguard, so.
Yeah, so it's Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is going strong, which is actually good.
Yeah, but, I mean, Warzone's kind of its own thing, so we've gotten off track.
That's true. Well, we're getting to the 30-minute mark anyway.
My point is that I don't even know what my point is anymore, but, like, Halo Infinite is in a very interesting state right now because we don't really know what Forge is. Like, will Forge revive the game? Maybe. I don't think it'll revive it to the extent that some people want it to.
I think Forge could revive the game if they add Firefight and give you, like, you can play community maps.
Maybe, but their custom games browser right now is
honest,
like broken. So.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, or custom map multiplayer. Like,
I don't know. They're not going to do that.
I mean, what else is Forge going to do?
Well, right here I have a good article from Kotaku, and it goes, Halo Infinite fans believe Forge is the game's final hope, and they might be right. Honestly.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but
I mean, right now Forge is kind of unofficially available because, like, so people have been kind of like data mining and getting a lot of stuff from it.
You got to give some creds to the data miners. They take the heat so that we can learn new things about games. It's not that serious of a crime, is it?
Yeah, we have this. And then this is something I want to point out in terms of the popularity of Halo Infinite, because there's been videos saying Halo Infinite has been dying for, like, the past 6 months, and they've basically all been using the Steam charts as, like, their evidence of why the game is dying, and then because they would show like, oh, the Halo was very popular when it first came out in like the first month, and then massive decline. And I don't think that's very fair to be like, oh look, it's dead on Steam. That means the game must be dead, right? Because that doesn't really account for the rest of the players. Because let's be honest, it's much more popular on Xbox than it is on PC, and that doesn't account for Windows 10.
That's true.
It doesn't account for Windows 10. It doesn't count for all the Xbox players. So I think if you just be like, oh, it's dead, look at the Steam numbers. I mean, that's a little bit of an unfair
Okay, hold
thing.
on. Those are the Steam players saying this.
No, it'd be like
Take
no.
notes.
It's not the Steam players. It was the YouTubers who would point out that as the reason of why Halo Infinite was dead, and I'm like, well, that's not really fair. And I think really, if you want the most, like, really the best indicator of how the game is, you look at the Xbox most played games, which I have pulled up right now. And you want to take a little guess about which spot Halo Infinite is? This is the top 50 most popular games on Xbox. And what do you think? What place do you think Halo Infinite's in?
Number 33.
You're lowballing them a little bit.
27.
17th.
Oh, I knew that.
I think I might have told you that earlier, but
Yeah, I did. I knew that.
it is 17th. And for pretty much the past, like, with the exception of like this month and like last month, I think it was always in the top 10 most popular games on Xbox. And so the game was never like really like that dead on Xbox, but now you're starting to see it decline out of the top 10. And will Forge bump it back up to the top 10? It might. It very well could.
I think it'll at least put it into the top 15. I don't know. I hope it makes it back in the top 10 because I like Halo. Even though I did just spend like 5 minutes saying it was shit because I got a little heated in that conversation we were having.
Well, I think that right now if we look at the top 5 games, which are Fortnite, Modern Warfare because of Warzone, Apex Legends, GTA, and Roblox. And even if you look at the other ones in the top 10, we got Destiny, Rainbow, Madden, Fall Guys, Minecraft. I think this is kind of very apparent of like Halo's got a big hill to climb to get to that top 10.
You got to fight free.
Well, it's not even free, but it's like we're going to have...
Most of those games were free that you just said.
Well, I mean, like, 3 of them are free. Not 4 of them, including Fall Guys. So 4 of them are free. But if we're looking at once Modern Warfare 2 releases...
Yeah.
I don't know. That could kill Halo.
That's true. Yeah, I have a feeling the remainder of the players, unless you're really a dedicated Halo player, might just go to Modern Warfare.
Maybe killing Halo is a bit harsh because Halo will always have that dedicated fan base
that's true.
Not every franchise has.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, me and you went and we used to play Halo 1 matches and get the floor mopped with us because we were fighting the veterans that played the game when it came out in 2000.
No, I know, but in terms of casual players, I think it's gonna be the final nail in the coffin.
That's true, and it's unfortunate because I mean, I like the game. When they add co-op, I might play through it again with you, just to try it.
And even like Fortnite's doing these every single season update. I was looking at the Fortnite item shop like yesterday, and there is like 50 different things you can buy. There's the daily shop and then like 50 bundles. You can be Patrick Mahomes. Like
that was insane. I'm actually pretty sad that I missed Goku.
Yeah, the Goku update was massive. Right now, Darth Vader's the tier 100 skin in Fortnite. And guess what? Every single match Darth Vader lands on the map, you can go fight him and get his lightsaber. I mean, like, I played Fortnite, like, the other day, and it is unrecognizable to when I played it.
Oh, so did I.
Even when I played it 6 months ago, it's unrecognizable from 6 months ago.
My first game, I got a victory with the Kamehameha at the very end. I'll show you the clip later.
It was probably
nice.
An all bots game. Usually your first game's all bots.
No, it was a person. We fought some real people.
Yeah, but
it wasn't all bots. We only saw one, and we landed at Tilted Towers. Welcome to the Fortnite episode, everybody. This is the Fortnite episode where 2 people who haven't played the game in 5 years are back.
Yeah, I know. I came back when the Rock showed up, and they like flipped over the island. And dude, I cannot keep up. It is so much stuff.
The Fortnite lore. Okay, how about our next video? We do like a Fortnite lore breakdown.
Fortnite lore break.
No, we just spend the week like researching all of the lore and go over like the whole history of Fortnite and like we can watch all the game theory videos on it.
Game theory. But dude, the game is so different. Like it's basically just Roblox now because me and my friend, we just went into like 'cause you can do like the custom search. So
Oh, yeah.
we did guess the song. It's because there's like note blocks like they have in Minecraft. So someone just like did a bunch of songs. You have to guess which song it is.
Dude, that's insane. Fortnite is good. Fortnite honestly
just
is so
Roblox now.
it's so good now.
So Roblox is like for kids aged 5 to 10, and
this is
then
10,
they upgrade
this
to
is
Fortnite,
10 to
which is
40.
10 to 40. No, like 10 to 15. Like they upgrade, and then maybe when they're 16, they play Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
This is like a Lego set, ages 12 to 99.
Yeah, it's just. Is it? I don't know if it's gonna be able to. If Halo is gonna be able to compete with Fortnite and Call of Duty. Even Apex is still doing a lot better than
Apex is really big in the competitive scene.
Yeah, the esports is massive for that. And honestly,
same thing with Warzone. But to be honest, I think the casuals are much more into Warzone. Apex is huge.
No, I think
competitive.
Yeah, for terms of like esports, because I know Fortnite's been trying to break into esports. Apex was pretty successful with that, and honestly, Halo esports has been because there's a lot of competitive.
Halo 5 had a really big competitive multiplayer scene for a while, and I think it still might, to be honest.
There's a lot of competitive Halo Infinite players who do esports that have been doing a pretty decent job of keeping the game, like in terms of its competitive scene, alive. But I don't know how much longer that's gonna be possible.
That's true. Well, I mean, especially because the really good esports players might go over to Call of Duty.
I mean, maybe, but like...
Call of Duty's not as big in esports as it used to be, though.
Yeah, now with the optic and phase.
The golden age.
Yeah, the golden age, the sniping battles you'd have.
Yeah, where everyone would just play with the sniper.
Yeah, I didn't really follow it that much back in like Black Ops 2 and like stuff like that. But like I followed it a little bit on YouTube, but...
those were the days. Well, you want to wrap?
Yeah, this is like recount our thoughts as we wrap. It's just... I'm sad because I do not want to see the game in this state. I want it to be successful. I want Halo to do very well because it's my favorite franchise. And comparing it to Call of Duty is, like, you have to because they're both first-person shooters, but they're also different types of games, and that's why Halo has a dedicated fan base that doesn't like Call of Duty because they like arena combat versus that Call of Duty doesn't offer that. But Call of Duty is more appealing to, like, the casual gamer.
Arena co-op. Oh, it's so fun.
And... I really hope that in, let's say, a year from now, another eight months to a year, we'll do another Halo Infinite episode.
We'll do another Halo Infinite episode in 8 months after our three-part Fortnite lore explanation.
Yeah.
where we can teach all you 12-year-olds about the lore of Fortnite from season 1 all the way up till now.
I mean, to be fair, I played Fortnite like the first couple of days it came.
So did I. I played with you
when it released on Xbox.
I know the first day you played it, you're like, "Bro, I got this new game called Fortnite. I've been playing it all day. You want to play with us?" And I was like, "Sure."
Do you
and
remember?
I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool," because there weren't build battles.
You had 5 weapons total. You just like build to get over a hill, and then you'd all huddle in a cabin while like. And this one the game didn't release, but the battle royale had just released. And everyone was just huddling in the cabin. Then you run out, and you have like the green assault rifle fighting.
Yeah, because getting a gold scar was unheard of.
Yeah, exactly. I missed that.
Honestly, it's good now though with no build. Now they just have to make 50v50 a permanent mode.
That was always pretty fun.
Yeah, they should just make it a permanent mode.
It probably, you can probably find it in the search browser.
I hope so. This is my final message. Thank you to all of the default skins who revived me in those 50v50 matches. You are real ones.
Real ones on God.
Yeah. You disciples who stopped to lift me up while I was downed in a 50v50 match with respawns enabled. God bless you.
Yeah. But we'll have to do an episode on Modern Warfare when that comes out and see how that works. I hope they add Gunfight back. I want to play it.
Oh, there has to be
Gunfight.
Gunfight was so good.
Modern Warfare 2019.
Drop a like if Gunfight was your favorite game mode in Modern Warfare.
That was so much fun. Then it wasn't the same in Cold War. It just wasn't.
Was there Gunfight in Cold War?
Yeah, there was. Wasn't the same though.
I feel like me and you, we were a pretty crazy gunfight duo.
I know.
We probably played it in Cold War twice. Oh, you're right. You know what? I do remember the Cold War gunfight, and it kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was alright. But yeah, Halo it's there. I don't know what happened to it, but it's there. And I hope that Microsoft will give 343 the time and resources to be able to fix it, and they don't just pull an EA and kill it.
I don't even think they would do it that badly.
Like, I don't want them to pull an EA and just put it down, but you never know with these giant corporations.
That's true.
Yeah, never be a fanboy of a giant corporation because I guarantee they do not care about you in the slightest.
Damn, we're kind of leaving off on a somber note.
Let's leave off on a happy. you have a happy story to end it off with?
Any
good news to share?
I went to the beach today and looked at fossils.
That's pretty cool.
With my cousins.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was the first thing that came to mind, dude. That was a somber ending we were going with.
I know. I'm just gonna look up good news on Google. See what we got. Maybe we'll find something interesting. This week's good news. This is not a very good website.
Let's end on bad news then.
Let's end on bad news. Good news is that Andor comes out in like a week or two, and I'm excited for that.
I am excited for that,
It actually looks
too.
pretty good. Like I usually the past couple of Star Wars shows have not been that good in my opinion, but this one actually looks good. And if it's anything like Rogue One, I think it'll be pretty solid.
I'm excited for this one.
And it's like the Disney's doing all their stuff. They just announced like a Marvel and Captain America game.
Oh, you know what? I got other good news. We might have another guest episode coming for you soon.
Yeah,
It's in the works. That's happy news. That's
Happy news.
Happy podcast news.
Happy pod. Everyone drop a like for the happy podcast.
Now
news.
everybody like and comment now that we're at 41 minutes.
Share with your grandma. Share with Meemaw, please.
Yeah, please. Grandma needs to hear this important news about Halo Infinite.
Meemaw better be a subscriber, otherwise I'll come to your house and show her how great it is. Show her how great the channel is.
We're all gonna play Halo Infinite together in split screen.
Otherwise I'll start a LAN party.
We're all gonna play split screen. Oh wait, we mean we'll bring our Xboxes over to her house and we'll get four of them, and you, us, and her can all play Halo together. Yeah. We'll teach you the controls.
Get your grandma to subscribe, otherwise I will become your new grandfather. We're gonna go up and we're gonna set up a LAN party at your grandma's house.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
All right. I hope you're all having a good day or night wherever you are.
See ya.